All right, Esper control. This build of Esper has a number of decisions made within it to kind of hedge the ramp matchup. Notably, we have a number of pieces of things that exile. So that way we can take their what's it called off the table. Take their Cavalier off the tables and not get to them. Going on my honeymoon, gonna get a congrats, Megan Tom. So when my wife and I catch us on YouTube together, it surprises her. Congrats, Megan Tom. And thank you for poking me. I almost missed that. And thanks for the entire year of support, Eartham. Congrats to you, and hope you enjoy your honeymoon. All right, let's go ahead and dive on into some match with this. Last time we played this, it felt relatively competitive. This has another good run. I think it's going to make its way up onto my website under the standard decks portion. At this point, would you prefer Wizards support Historic, or would you prefer that they admit they are scum and that Historic is no longer a supported format? No, I think it would be good if they supported Historic and also brought Pioneer to the client. Again, one of the best things about Magic the Gathering as a game is its ability to support multiple play modes. There is no reason why Historic cannot feel unique from Pioneer. If they consistently pick a good selection of cards to add to Historic to differentiate it, like at 80 new cards per year, half or more could be not legal in Pioneer. Historic could differentiate. Like, I would love it if at some point in the future all I was doing was playing non-rotating formats for the most part. Playing multiple different non-rotating formats on Arena would be great. Yes, they can easily support both. There's no reason why they can't support both, other than they don't want to. All right, do I go Omen? Do I go land this? I think I just want to Omen here. Maybe I should have taken their Questing Bees. This is still a 3-mana spell. I mean, it's legal. Nexus is still legal in Historic because Wizards doesn't care about the format. That is the answer. It's not the answer you want to hear, but it's the truth. Looking for removal spells. Do I want to counter this? I could just eat the Gurmgully. I think I'm going to counter this. I'm really sad as a viewer that they added limited to Worlds. In my opinion, one of the best things about the Magic Arena events, historically speaking, has been the fact that there's no limited present. I know that lots of people enjoy limited, but the metrics from when we had Grand Prix coverage really just show that limited does not take as many viewers as constructed does. While there are people that like it, there's fewer people that like watching it. The drafting, limited's like baseball, fun to play, terrible to watch. Yeah, I think I agree with that. In my experience, one of the biggest things that makes limited kind of a drag for players' perspective and makes it harder to watch is the fact that a lot of people... Well, sorry, before we rant on it, let's talk about my sequencing here. So my opponent chose not to play Questing Beast last turn because they didn't want to run it into a counterspell. I elected to not kill their Gurmgully inside of combat, because if I tapped out to kill their Gurmgully inside of combat, my opponent would have had a window to resolve Questing Beasts in their second main phase, and I didn't want that to happen. So they're going to have up to 7 lands next turn, so as long as X is 2, I'm okay on this. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Eartham. I really appreciate that. I mean, there's been a lot of lands on top. Let's not crack a Fabled Passage. Crapping Fabled Passage would not be good. Stream Decker didn't get updated. Thank you. Knew I was missing something. I went to the bathroom to brush my teeth and I came back and I was like, I feel like I'm missing something on my changeover. It was Stream Decker. The real problem with Limited is that the interesting part of Limited lasts 45 minutes and the uninteresting part of Limited lasts 3 hours. Well, you know, scry me a river, baby. Are there any double black cards in my deck that I could draw here? What color lands do I want to leave up? Do I want to leave up double blue or double black? My Stream Decker's not loading. Tilt. I don't think I have any double black cards. Load, Stream Decker, load. You know, I don't have Murderous Rider, and even if I did, I couldn't cast it. Stream Decker's taking his good sweet time. Alright. I mean, Arena is always faster than Paper Magic. Like, that's definitely the case. The games will be quicker, most likely. Wait, did Gabriel Nassif qualify for Worlds? Does anybody know? If Nassif's qualified, the rounds are all going to go to time anyways, so... Dead. Super... Oh, maybe not dead. Maybe not dead. They see me trawling. Do do do. Do 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 do. Don't do it. Don't you dare Bone Crusher me. Don't you dare stop my face. Oh yeah. Money Mike. Thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Listen, Nassif is one of the best Magic players of all time. He's also glacially slow. Them's just the facts. Ember Cleave, sure. What do I even bounce here? Is it Clothis or Ember Cleave? It's gotta be Cleave, right? Because if I leave Cleave in play, I die to Spellbreaker off the top. Well, blockers don't really do much against Ember Cleave, chat. Wow, opponent is just packing it in against Dream Trawler. Good beats, good beats. Trawler is the real deal, chat. A couple of Banishing Lights. Couple of Aether Gusts. I think I want 1 or 2 decrees. I think Narset's probably the trim. I think the amount of games you need to have played to conclude whether or not Esper blue-white is the better archetype is far, far more than I have logged with either archetype. Sure, my control deck answers don't line up against every threat they're playing. That's just like how Magic works. Hoping that the answers I put in my deck manage to line up into what they're doing. Exile this, Cry Me a River. Well, the good news is, even if we don't hit an untapped land next turn, we still have 2 castable spells. I think I'm just getting rid of this. The haste on everything is really scary. Making things bigger, too, also isn't stellar for us. No second green. Feels good. Hopefully they play like a Spellbreaker here. Bone Crusher Giant also works, so I can decree this and then Gust the Pelt Collector. I think I'm in for that, even without a threat in the bin. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to bottom that and just, like, look for Trawler at this point. Sounds fine. So I can get back rhythm here. So if I try to down tick on this, they'll just sack it in response, and they don't exile a card from their hand. So I think I'd like to just start making 2/2s. Waiting in line to access the storefront. Welcome to Wizards of the Coast technology. Enjoy your stay. Okay, we go to 6 here. And then next turn, Elspeth gets to conquer the rhythm. So I want to do this before they know I'm about to exile their Ceratops. Dead to a variety of things here. Not attacking, so I don't want to die to a haste creature, ideally. Questing Beast still lethal, obviously. Gurmgully's not lethal, though. Gurmgully's not lethal, though. Hold the door! Hold the door! Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to down tick Ashiok there and bounce Gurmgully, and then Elspeth would have brought back Ashiok next turn. Yeah, sick. So small mistake on my part there. Managed to pull it out anyways. Well, I guess Othakaya got me out of Bone Crusher range. Maybe it's not all wrong. I'm going to keep this bottom Veto, I think. If they're a control matchup, we have Trawler to hedge. If they're not a control deck, Veto will be pretty bad anyways. And grab Island here. Island is your land. Island is my land. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Could be flashy, could just be a growth spiral. Like, non-flash ramp decks play growth spiral too. Things to note. Oh yeah, Castle tends to imply not flash as well, right? Thanks for being here, Kill Switcher. Yeah, Allie's a good additional stream to watch if you're looking for someone live on Twitch that's usually on in the afternoons and the evenings. Kind of mirror my schedule. Almost assuredly ramp. Gosh, I think I have to double bottom here. Like, the intervention would be a good draw if I had lands or another blue source, but I didn't at the time. Hey, gobble gobble, escape this. Ugh. Bungle GG, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hey, that's fun, Dad. Computers aren't too scary once you get the hang of them. Kaya also exiles Nissa lands in this matchup, which is good. Oh, it is non-land. I'm dumb. You're right. It doesn't exile lands.
You're not welcome here anymore.
Oh, they didn't have a fifth land. That's good for us. If they don't Nissa here, I might just eat 2 Extinction this crisis. FTP, how about Subversion? Get a quality update over SVN. I'm gonna take this hit, because if they play a Cavalier this turn, I'd rather eat that. Gosh, I am so smart and thin, chat. Just the The smartest and the thinnest Magic the Gathering player there ever was. I'm also a hungry boy. Start by exiling the good ones. They'd like to get back with the Cavalier later. If they don't give me something to intervention this turn, I might just draw 2 with it, just so my hand is full of gas when I play these Dream Trawlers out. Okay, Judge, can a judge confirm for me? They can't use this creature mana to pay for Thassa's intervention, right? I'm like 90% sure that's how that works. Like, these trawlers are going to do so much for us that if they just want to, like, not let them get a more card advantage here. I'm a Twitch lawyer, doctor, physicist, judge, and I say they cannot. Excellent. Yeah, it's mana from Garenberg, and you can tell it's from Garenberg because it's got the little shiny on it. Oh, look, you can mouse over it. Spend only on creatures. Look at that. It's good, clean interface design. Good, clean interface design. We'll get to exile their 2 Risen Reefs next turn. Play this Dream Trawler out.
I'll be back. Just you wait.
Someone responded to my thing on Twitter and said they were aware about agonizing being awkward and they listed it as a bug and we're going to fix it. So I guess we'll see if that's the case. Hopefully that's the case. Yeah, Kaya, like, hasn't looked super impressive, but she did get rid of an Uro, and she made potential future Cavaliers worse, which is, like, meaningful.
I protect that which cannot protect itself.
The Magic Arena Twitter account did not answer me. I ask plenty of polite questions that should be very easy to answer, and I don't get official answers back 99 times out of 10. They'll go out of their way to answer other people and ignore my comments. Really? Okay, well, I'll eat that, I guess. Guy dies. I would love to draw a card that draws a card here so we can kill Nissa. If we draw, like, a Teferi or an Omen, we get to kill this. Could still draw Omen. Okay, I think with the Shatter drawn, I just do this and I wait on. So here goes the logic. Some people kept telling me it always shows you whichever has more cards in it. Here their hand has 1 and their graveyard has 2, and it defaulted to their hand. So that's obviously not it. I could have scribed before attacking. Yeah, but depending on what I drew, I was going to play the other Dream Trawler. So I don't think scrying before attacking was ideal there, if I wanted to leave myself the option to do this. So again, rather than saying you can do the thing, try and focus on the whys.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Well, synergy in so much that Shatter with Trawler draws a card, I guess. Towards your favorite Conquer's Death deck. Sounds good, Thought Knots. How did Simic feel? Believe it or not, the Simic deck felt busted. This may come as a shock to you.
Focused and disciplined. Keep an open mind.
Just like might not even need the Shatter here. Just working him down with just one Trawler. It's nice to have the Shatter in the bank though, should we need it. Very, very real chance this one Trawler runs the distance though. He's going full speed. He's all alone in this time of need. He's racing and pacing and plotting the calls. Well, shoot. I guess the good news is when we eventually shatter, they're not going to have much left over, huh? And, like, it's not like they're really making inroads on our life total with Trawler sitting here smacking them every turn, or smacking Nissa. Again, any card that draws us a card here lets us kill Nissa because it'll give Trawler an extra power. I think with that in mind, this time I'm gonna... Well, that's gross. Alright, so I need to find a Conquer's Death, or a Despark, or an Ashiok here. I think the answers this deck has are well positioned for this matchup. There's only one Nissa left, right? 1, 2. Yeah, there's. This is Nissa number 3. Okay, just like we drew. Let's draw Omen now. Rats. That answers what's his name out of the graveyard, though, right? By Felicia. And then this kills Nissa next turn. And then honestly, we might just shatter and clean the board up. Like I have the backup Trawler. It would take them down to 4 mana. That's probably the play. I hope they crisis us. Be quiet, Bob. Nobody loves you and your crisis. Your Simic deck was great, by the way. I don't know if you were here when we were playing that, but it was excellent. You already know that, but it's wonderful. I even get to draw a card off my Shatter here. People were complaining about this card having a drawback. No, it's upside, chat. Yeah, they even untapped their castle here. Bye, friends. I'm gonna play this out so that way I can have Trawler plus a 2-mana interaction next turn. Four Nissas, no problem, chat. 4 Nissas, no problem. Swish. Swish. It's actually not a Veto matchup. I think Oath of Kaya comes out. Time Raveler's not particularly good. I think that's one that comes out. It's not boarding. This is, Legion's End is like fine against Hydrate Crisis, but that's about it. That sounds good, that sounds good. You want to board in the extra Narset in this matchup because stopping their Hydrate Crisis from drawing a bunch of cards is something you're interested in doing. Are we living in a world where playing Esper Control no longer makes you the bad guy? Yes. Welcome to Magic 2020. It's a scary place. Hey, at least this Esper Control that kills them, right? Like Dream Trawler, you know, we often say coffee is for closers, and like Dream Trawler knocked over a Starbucks on his way over. Yeah, like, there aren't even 4 Teferis in my deck, so, like, pretty confident we're the good guy. How crazy is it to take Crisis here, because it's their play next turn? I think that's my line. I don't know. All my options kind of suck. If we're really lucky, they just, like, won't draw a land.
My prowess, meditate and prepare.
Their deck plays, like, infinite land, so the odds of them not having a 5th land tier are astronomically low. Holy crap, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I didn't play the second Trawler kill switch because if you watch that game play out, you'll see me... If you watch that game play out, you'll see me use my sweeper, and I wanted a second Trawler to be post-sweeper. In for both of those. Next. Next. All right, how do we feel about Slam Ashiok? I think I kind of feel good about it with E2 Extinction in my hand. They're gonna get to Nissa me next turn though. It is weird, just like, hey, thanks for the 18 months. Yeah, I could just hold the counterspell this turn. That's probably the line. Because it doesn't really matter if this resolves if I'm going to be eating it. Two Nissas down, kinda. One of the Nissas went to the bottom of their deck from an Aether Gust.
Shelter in my stewardship.
I have 7 mana total. What if I shatter plus my Ashiok and then plan to ult Ashiok next turn? I think that's my line. Because, like, their exile has a Cavalier, and, like, I'll get to eat Nissa, so I'll get to cast their Cavaliers and cast their Nissas. So, like, if they trigger this Cavalier, it exiles it. Ashiok's ultimate lets you cast 3 face-up cards they have in exile without paying their mana cost. I think we might see them double Nissa here, which isn't too big of a deal, because, like, I can let this go to 1, and then I can eat this and then have another Ashiok for later. So, like, they're being aggressive to prevent the Ashiok ult, and that bodes well for us. Finale, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That doesn't look like we're dead. Okay, I'm just gonna let Ashiok go to 1 here, so that way I can have 2 2/3s to trade with their 3/3s next turn. So I'll just let Ashiok go to 1. Oh, that's true. Finale's not good if they tap all their lands. I've sold 17. We beat 4 Nissas in the first game, too. Just for reference. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think Intervention's good. It's counter unless they pay 2. That's probably not good enough. I can play Kaya alongside Eat next turn. That's probably fine. And then I could draw this later. Kaya is non-land, unfortunately.
Glad to be here. Your problems are my profits.
Your problems are my profits. You get to grab the 2 cards in their bin that are good for a Cavalier. Get to start thinning their graveyard out before they draw an Uro. There's 2 Nissas in exile and a 3rd one on the bottom of their deck from Aether Gust. How do they fit? I don't understand what dimensions you're asking, but here's a magic card. It goes in sideways like that and fits in that way. If that makes sense. They're splitting the difference here. So they must have a Krasis, right? Yeah, I think we saved Narset too. I think Krasis is their way back into this game. Especially with Ashiok in my hand. Hey, Pepperjack, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Yeah, they exile when on attack or block.
You beaten? I had guild business to attend to anyway.
Uh, 13 cards in their exile for Kaya right now. They do, unfortunately, they put so many cards in the bin with Cavalier that if they draw Uro, they can play and escape him still in the same turn, which is unfortunate. You got 6 cards in there right now. Uro could be, I guess with Ashiok in play and Narset, Uro's not too big of a deal. Yeah, I guess this is actually fine, huh? Because he doesn't draw anything. Narset's very good in this matchup. You're not able to -1 lands with Kaya. So he's explicitly non-land permanent. The red circle of no completes me. This is 19 cards in exile. This is 20 cards in exile. Does this deck have a good Simic matchup? Is this the Esper deck they foretold? Kaya is lethal next turn, just BT dubs. Wait, is she lethal now? Yeah, she's lethal now, right? Because if I attack with both, they exile 4, go to 24, take 2. Yeah. Yeah. Give him. Stabby, stabby. Give him the knife. Give him the knife. Kaya you for 24. Yep. Shoot. Get the little sweet dagger animation in there. Yes, this one's definitely going up on the website. It's a real good. I'm interested in its Flash matchup. Flash matchup's probably hard. Alright. Turn 1, threat, but I do have Shatter here. I think I gotta bottom that because I really need a second white source and a 4th land. I think there were multiple points where we could make mistakes in those games. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, shoot. I guess I take that, because that lets me intervention as a draw to find more lands potentially. We're kind of in an awkward spot here, but I'm actually pretty excited to get to see this matchup play out. I want to know how this feels. Yeah, I think it's too greedy to bottom that. Yeah, I think you're right. We just killed their only threat. Like, I don't need a second white right now, and in general, I just want to hit land drops. So, like, if I had to hit white or die, I would obviously bottom, but I don't feel like I'm in a spot where I have to do that. Oh, this is wrong. God, stupid auto-tapper. We're gonna Agonizing Remorse here and just hate myself.
I have just the trick for this.
Omen, deal. Let's not imply things like you just implied there, just lucky. Please and thanks. Not great. Linden lets Heliod knock Narset down to 2 here, or down to 1, so she can't draw another card, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We also get to gain 2 though, so that's nice. Am I in for both of those? I think I'm in for both of those. Maybe I'm not in for Teferi. I'm in for both of those. They're lacking cards in hand. You don't think they can win? I think Castle plus Heliod on its own are cards that are kind of tough for us to just write off as this game's in garbage time. I think if they didn't have Castle with Heliod, I would agree we're pretty incredibly far ahead. But as long as they have Castle in play, I feel like they're still really in this game. So one of the things about Magic, Keith, is we don't really have objective measures for the things you're looking to measure there. So like asking, is a particular deck the strongest, isn't something we can really say yes or no to with certainty. Most Magic data is deeply flawed in one or more ways.
I know my responsibility.
Why do I want to scry first? It's all about the same. You could maybe even argue that I'm supposed to scry after Narset. That's probably how it's supposed to happen. I'm supposed to scry exactly last. Couldn't we just kill Daxos with Oath? No, because they would be able to put a castle token in response and then grow it with this. I think I'm just taking Omen. We're mostly looking for a Dream Trawler so we can start closing the game out, huh? Can I submit a Gruul deck with Terror of Mount Vulis as a cut crunchy? Yeah, a Gruul cut would be fine.
Belongs in a place that they can call home.
Yup.
A pure soul can inspire others.
Okay. Man, remember when we could redirect these triggers to their planeswalkers? Pepperidge Farm remembers. So hoping for a sweeper here, so we can despark a Johnny and then clear their board. I mean, do I even want to kill Heliod? Like they have another Heliod in their hand, right? Alright, in it to win it. I have a card. Goodbye, board. The Heliod gets a few counters here because of the Exos. Heliod's indestructible, so it doesn't matter the order in which I do those things. I mean, even if we don't Trawler off the top, right? Like, I've got this. Do I shock this in and just take a hit this turn? I'm gonna take... This will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's just the plan. I think I'm just shocking this in. And then, like, casting Intervention as dig through time. Alternatively, I could also eat this and then scry 2. All right, now we're gonna eat and scry. Hey, thanks for the tip, Crunchy. I appreciate it. Goodbye. Oh, they spaced out and missed using Heliod. Bombs away! Sans a third Linden. I'm feeling like we're in a pretty good spot here. Well, I mean, chat, their deck does have 0 card advantage or selection in it. So, of course, they found their third Linden in 19 cards. Yeah, because I wanted to leave myself the ability to use Thassa's Intervention for a bunch. Gengar. Okay. And then I think we just hope they brick for a turn here. Like, I could Kaya and exile this, but I think the play to win line is I want an intervention for 4 and try and find some more gas. Just like hope they don't draw a card that gives devotion this turn. I can counter this unless they pay 8, I guess. I'm dead if I don't, right? So 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I could go to 2 here. Do I go to 2, right? It's 2. This is 7, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 once they attack and trigger Heliod 3 times. Well, I mean, this gains me life. These gain me life. How many sweepers do I have left is a good question. There's 2 shatters in my deck. There's 2 shatters in 30 cards. I think this is the play to win line. Instead of using buzzwords like seems risky, be constructive and specific. Tell me why it's not good. Tell me what cards I'm playing around and what cards I'm not playing around by not doing this. Was my math wrong? Oh, my math wasn't wrong. They put a counter on Tomek for some reason. Weird. Dead to Castle plus Heliod? That's not how that works at all. Good try, though. I mean, to be fair, I do have bolts in my deck. So, like, getting Tomek out of range of that is something. Gotta scry 2, right? Gotta scry 2. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could technically Oath, Teferi, Oath, kill this. That puts me to 9, but then I'm dead to this plus the castle. So that doesn't work. No! Oh! Oh, I tapped all my white mana. Oh! No! No! Ah! Ah! Damn it! Fuck! Oh, we were gonna win that game too. We were gonna win that game. We were gonna win that game. I'm not playing the match. We won that game. I'm just gonna move to the next one. Feels bad, man. And the only reason I have to manually tap there is because otherwise it doesn't tap the castle. To be fair, if I had let the auto tapper do it, it probably would have also tapped all my white mana. In that situation. So we'll shake it. In the words of the greatest poet of our generation, chat, you just gotta shake, shake, shake it off and move along to the next one. It's sad. That was a really good game of Magic otherwise. Like, really, really solid game overall. They were incredibly fortunate to draw their third Linden as their card. But that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. I mean, to be fair, Roth, there's no gambling on this client. I think I take this one. I think I'm gonna take that one. I mean, something that's important to remember is that, like, digging with intervention was correct whether we hit it or not. Just like to let the record reflect. You don't have to hit for your play to be correct. It's one of those big level up moments is when you can make the correct play, miss, and look back and go, yeah, that was right, but it sucks that I missed.
I had guild business to attend to anyway.
Double veto here is a little bit awkward when they're about to slam Bone Crusher. If we run off lands for the next 3 turns, Death into Dream Trawler is probably good enough. It's really just like, want to draw lands from here on out. Okay. Dead. Feel like we're dead. I don't think I have time to miss here. Well, I mean, as far as, like, non-land draws go, that one's definitely towards the top, I suppose. This deck's been pretty good about missed land drops overall. We had 26 or 27. 26 plus some omens. Actually run really well in terms of not missing lands so far today. A ton of stuff to bring in here, huh? I don't know how I feel about Despark. I feel like Despark might actually be okay here. They have Torbrand. They probably have Cleave. Despark might actually be okay to leave in. I think Remorse isn't quite good enough because I'd rather be spending my mana to impact the board. I think Ashiok's probably too slow here. Conquers Death. Conqueror's Death is probably fine because they have some bigger threats still. Do you know how many sleeved cards the boxes hold by comparison? Are the counts on their website not sleeved cards? I thought the counts on their website were sleeved card Fox. You should probably, if it doesn't specify, send them a tweet on social media. I believe the card count listed are sleeved cards. If you message them and they say otherwise, let me know. I could shock in and hold up Veto. I could play a tapped Hallowed Fountain and just plan to Kaya this next turn. It might be wrong to play this Disfigure. The upside to playing the Disfigure is they don't get to, them getting to do that's a pretty big downside. The upside is they don't get to light up the stage for cheap.
I'm gone for now, but not forever.
Couldn't find cube boxes. That was the item that piques my interest. I'd assume this one's their cube box. This thing's pretty big. I don't know. How big's a cube usually? I thought I remember seeing that this one of their boxes said 800 cards. Are cubes generally bigger than 800 cards? I feel like they're not, but it's been a long time since I've played a cube. If you click into most of the designs, they come in multiple sizes. Hey, Ethereal, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. Plus lands is a good point. Easy veto here. This was super punishing for the fact that I used my disfigure the way that I did. Well, I get to take Embercleave at least. Having 6 lands total across 2 games here. That's the Esper I knew and hate from last season. Dead to Cleave here, dead to Shock, dead to Land, Bone Crusher Giant. Feels Esper, man. Usually for cubes, you just mix them up and take 15 Virtuoso. Alright, let's try at least one more here, huh? Just play 7 spells at 53 lands, then you're guaranteed it's your 4th land drop. That's just math right there. And why would math ever lie to you? Oh yeah, that's true. If you keep 7 spells in the play, just got a mulligan jet. I think Teferi's probably not good against turn 1 Innkeeper. A lot of Innkeepers are accompanied by Questing Beast, and Questing Beast makes Teferi quite bad on average a lot of the time. Okay. It's a handful of cards. easy cloak this year, since we've got Despark to deal with the Embercleave down the line. So I think my game plan, if they play out Paradise Druid here, is play tapped land, hold up Despark for the cleave, and then we'll plan to Shatter the Sky the following turn. It's going to put my life total a little bit low, but I'm going to keep that planed because it basically gains me 2 life. So they put me to 6, we exile cleave. We Shatter the Sky, have a clean board. How do you take the spark out of a sword, chat? Can I get a flavor judge ruling on desparking Embercleave? I feel like something's amiss there. putting out the Ember, obviously. Okay, good. See, this is why you gotta consult the flavor judges. They see all the angles, chat. It might be wrong to do this. It might be correct to gamble and just like Othakaya the 1/1. That's really, really good. That's also very good. Likely dead. This puts us to 4, this puts us to 1. This needs a target to kill us, so. Where's my trawler at? Really? Okay. Is like have a shock? Draw Bone Crusher Giant? They drew Bone Crusher Giant? Our deck's very upset, chat. We messed up that scry, and the deck's just like, screw you, I'm going home. I'm done trying to magic for you. Deck's like, I did my darndest to slog out against the lucky mono white player, and you messed it up, Hogland. I think that's it. Trim some of the counter spells, bring in some cheaper removal, some Banishing Lights to deal with their god. Despark I think is fine, because they probably have Questerson on top of the sword. And it's just like, I tried my hardest to make this work for you, and you messed it up. You do not deserve to win any more games. Alright, hopefully this Decree will have text. The opponent's deck definitely has some draws where, like, they don't have red creatures, so this card can be a little hit or miss. Yeah, I don't really need a second black source in this deck, right? We're not playing Murderous Rider. Deck heard you say you have some consistent land drops thanks to Omen you haven't drawn 1 cent. Fair. It's a good observation. Hopefully their 2-drop is Paradise Druid so I can shock in this land and counter their next spell. Yeah, hopefully they jam like a... Hopefully they jam a 2 or 3 or 4 drop this turn and we just get to intervention them off of it. Remember, this counters unless they pay double X, so even if they played an untapped land and a 3, we could still counter here. Huh. So, they didn't have a 3-mana play this turn. Is it too aggressive to just Banishing Light this? Probably. I think I just go land pass here, and we'll intervention whatever they play, and then we can untap Ashiok. Sure. Obviously, I could counter that and get both halves, but I'd rather get whatever they're casting to impact the board this turn, rather than get value on this counter spell. So we'll go to 14 here, and then we'll intervention whatever they cast. Their best play here is like Pelt Collector into thing. Hopefully it's just one thing so I get to play Ashiok on a mostly empty board. Hey, Scotty, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Will Snipe, thanks for the 33. It's a long time. Thanks for putting up with me. So that's why I tell my wife, thanks for putting up with me.
all your fears are given form.
Questerson gets to hit Ashiok here for a little bit, knock us to 8. If they don't have a second questing beast, we're in an okay spot.
What a foolish thing. The shadows awaken.
I think I'm supposed to shock for this and do this. It's really close, though.
Mind and body should move in unison, like wind and wave. Keep an open mind.
Yikes. Yikes. Cleave ho! Feels green. Feels green, man. Feels green. And I'm done. My deck, Desper deck, does not want to win games of Magic anymore. We're gonna call it a day. Call it a day with this one. I like this deck. I think I'm still gonna put it up on the website. I think the first couple of matches we played against Simic really highlighted some of the range of it. Even though I ultimately punted the game against Mono White to tapping my lands wrong, that game where they had like pretty good setup with the third Linden, and we could have pulled out of it had I tapped my land slightly better. Also showed me some of the strength here. Feel like we ran pretty bad in those last few. I like the mix of what we're doing here for the most part. I kind of feel like the one change I might make here is I kind of want a third Dream Trawler. I don't know exactly what I'd cut though. Maybe I'd cut the third Teferi for the third Dream Trawler. I do kind of feel like I want a little bit more closing power. This is just like we lost to Red and Gruul in those matchups where we ran a little bit medium, but I also think this card's one of our best cards to get there. So, all right, what are we doing? We had a cut the line for a green-red pig combo deck. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll while we get set up for that one. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Got a bunch more standard decks coming up yet today. Don't go anywhere.